Hello, my friends, and welcome back to SWT English Learning. Today, I want to share with you something that many people wonder about. Have you ever seen a video or read an article that promises you can learn English while you are sleeping? Maybe it said, put on your headphones, go to sleep, and when you wake up, you'll be speaking English like a native. Sounds like magic, right? Just lie down, close your eyes, and the language will download into your brain like a computer file. No hard work, no effort, no stress. But let me be honest with you, that idea is a dream, not reality. Language learning does not happen like that. If it were true, then every student who sleeps in class would wake up the next morning noting everything the teacher said. But we know that doesn't happen. Yes, sleep is extremely important for learning. Your brain uses sleep to store and organize information that you studied during the day. For example, if you learn 10 new words in English during the afternoon, then have a good night's sleep, your brain will make those words easier to remember tomorrow. But here is the key difference. Sleep helps you keep what you already studied. It does not give you new knowledge. Think of it like this. If you plant a seed in the soil, sleep is like the water and sunlight that help the seed grow stronger. But if you never plant the seed, nothing will grow no matter how much water or sunlight you give it. In the same way, you must first study, practice, and focus. Then sleep will help make those memories stronger. Scientists who study the brain have done many experiments. They wanted to know, can people really learn new information while they are asleep? The clear answer is no. When you are asleep, your attention is off, and without attention, there is no learning. Imagine a flashlight. When it is on, you can see everything in the dark. That light is your attention. But when the light is off, everything disappears into darkness. Sleep turns off that light. You cannot notice words, you cannot connect ideas, you cannot practice sentences. Some researchers have found tiny effects. For example, the brain might notice a simple sound or connect a smell with a noise while you are asleep, but this is not language learning. Learning English is not about connecting one smell with one sound. English is made of thousands of words, sentences, rhythms, and meanings. It is too rich and too complex to absorb without awareness. Real learning needs attention. It needs noticing, and it needs you to be awake.
So, my friends, if learning while you sleep is not real, then how do we actually learn? The answer is attention and noticing. These two things are like the secret keys that open the door to real language learning. Let's talk about noticing first. Noticing happens when your brain suddenly recognizes that something is new, interesting, or important. It's that small moment when you say to yourself, wait a minute, I haven't seen this word before. What does it mean? That spark of curiosity is the beginning of learning. For example, imagine you're watching a football match on TV and you hear the commentator say, "What a brilliant pass!" Maybe you already know the word pass, but this time you realize it is not only about passing an exam, it can also mean moving the ball to another player. That small moment of discovery is noticing. You connect the word with a new situation. Or imagine you're at a cafe and a tourist asks you, "Could you recommend something sweet here?" You know the word sweet from candies, but now you notice it is also used to describe cakes, desserts, and drinks. Again, that's noticing. Learning doesn't happen by just hearing sounds in the background. It happens when your brain pays attention and says, "This is useful. I want to remember it." That's why passive listening while you sleep cannot replace real practice. Now, let's talk about attention. Attention is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. When you give your full attention to English, your brain is fully awake, and that's when the magic happens. For example, when you read a story in English, don't just move your eyes across the page. Pay attention to the way sentences are built. Notice where the verbs are placed. Notice how the adjectives make the picture more colorful. Attention turns reading into learning. When you listen to a podcast, don't just let it play in the background while you're cooking. Sit down, put on your headphones, and focus on every word. Try to repeat the phrases. Try to feel the rhythm of the sentences. That's attention in action. Here's another way to understand it. Imagine you're walking down the street with your phone in your hand, scrolling through messages. A beautiful flower is right in front of you, but you don't see it because your attention is on your phone. In the same way, if you don't give attention to English, you miss the beauty of the language, even if it's right in front of you. So, to grow in English, you need to notice new things and give your attention fully. Sleep cannot do that for you. Machines cannot do that for you. Only your own brain, awake and active, can make that happen.
Now that we understand why learning in your sleep is a myth, the question is, what actually works? What can you do every day to truly improve your English? Let's explore some powerful strategies. 1. Active listening. Listening is one of the best ways to build your English. But there is a difference between just hearing and truly listening. Hearing is passive. You let the sound enter your ears, but you don't engage with it. Listening is active. You pay attention, you focus, you try to understand. For example, let's say you are listening to a song in English. Don't just hum along with the music. Stop and notice the words. Ask yourself, what does this line mean? How is the sentence structured? Can I use this phrase in my own speaking? Another example. Watch a short news clip. Listen carefully to 1 or 2 sentences. Repeat them out loud. Try to copy the speed and rhythm of the speaker. This way, you're training both your ear and your mouth. 2. Speaking without fear. Many learners wait for the right time to start speaking English. They think, I need to be perfect first, but perfection never comes. The truth is, you learn by speaking, making mistakes, and correcting yourself. Imagine a child learning to ride a bicycle. The child doesn't wait until they know every theory of balance and movement. They simply get on the bike, fall a few times, and slowly improve. Learning English is the same. Don't wait for perfection. Start now. For example, when you meet a friend, instead of saying hello in your first language, try saying, how's your day going? Or, when you go shopping, try asking, do you have this in a smaller size? These little sentences give you real-life practice. 3. Writing to remember. Writing is another powerful tool. When you write, you slow down your thoughts and put them on paper. This helps your brain organize the language. For example, every night before you sleep, write 3 simple sentences about your day in English. I met my cousin today. We had lunch together. The food was delicious. It doesn't need to be perfect. What matters is the practice. Over time, you will notice your sentences becoming longer and richer. 4. Review and repetition. Your brain loves repetition. Think of it like exercise. If you go to the gym one time, nothing changes. But if you go regularly, your muscles grow stronger. In the same way, review strengthens your memory. For example, if you learn the word opportunity today, don't forget about it tomorrow. Review it after 1 day, then after 3 days, then after a week. Each time you repeat it, the word sinks deeper into your memory. Finally, yes, sleep still plays an important role. After a day of studying, sleeping well will protect your learning. Think of sleep as a kind of save button on your brain's computer. But remember, it can only save what you studied awake.
We've talked about why sleep cannot magically teach you English and what really works instead. But there's one more important step: building strong habits and keeping your motivation alive. 1. Small steps every day. The biggest mistake many learners make is trying to do everything at once. They buy huge grammar books, download 10 apps, and plan to study 3 hours a day. But after 1 week, they feel tired and give up. Instead, focus on small daily steps. Even 10 minutes of focused practice every day is more powerful than 3 hours once a month. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't brush them for 3 hours once a week. You brush a little every day. Learning English works the same way. For example, you can decide, every morning I will listen to one English podcast while drinking tea. Or, every evening I will write 3 new sentences in English. These small actions, done regularly, will create big results over time. 2. Mix different activities. Your brain loves variety. If you only study grammar rules, you will feel bored. If you only watch movies, you may not learn structure. So mix different activities. For example, on Monday, listen to a short English story. On Tuesday, write a short journal entry. On Wednesday, practice speaking with a friend or in front of a mirror. On Thursday, watch a news clip and repeat some sentences. On Friday, review the new words you learned that week. This way, you train all parts of your English: listening, speaking, reading, writing, and vocabulary. 3. Use real-life English. One of the best ways to learn is to connect English to your real life. Don't just study from textbooks, use English in your daily world. For example, change the language setting on your phone to English. When you cook, read the recipe in English. When you travel on the bus, describe what you see in English inside your head. A man is carrying a big bag. 2 children are laughing. The driver is wearing sunglasses. This makes English a natural part of your life, not just something you do in class. 4. Celebrate your progress. Many learners feel frustrated because they compare themselves to native speakers or advanced learners. But remember, progress is personal. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else. For example, maybe last month you couldn't introduce yourself confidently, and now you can. That is progress. Maybe yesterday you didn't know the word delicious, but today you used it in a sentence. That is progress. Celebrate these small victories. They will give you the energy to keep going. 5. The real secret: effort and belief. At the end of the day, my friends, there is no magic shortcut. You cannot put headphones on at night and wake up fluent. But you can become fluent by giving consistent effort, by noticing, by practicing, and by believing in yourself. Remember this: every sentence you listen to, every word you repeat, every mistake you correct, these are the real building blocks of your English. Each small effort is like a brick, and slowly you are building the house of your fluency. So don't waste your money on fake promises. Trust your own effort, trust the process, and most importantly, trust yourself. Here at SWT English Learning, we believe in you. We know you can do it. Keep practicing, keep noticing, keep speaking, and keep growing. With patience and persistence, your English will become stronger day by day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay motivated, stay consistent, and remember, your dream of speaking English fluently is not found in sleep. It is found in your daily effort.